when the better thing for you to learn is how to manage yourself. You're constantly in this state of chasing something when you're supposed to be spending the time this year diving into yourself. I did not understand how much of a impediment I was to my own success early on. I all the time looked at outward excuses. I blamed my first wife that she left me. I used that guilt. Oh, no wonder I couldn't make any money. She left me, and I'm distracted by that. That's bullshit. That was bullshit. Because every night when I was studying, I was motivated by thinking I'd win her back. So that wasn't it. It was just a perfect excuse. When I would blow my account, I would say, oh, well, it's because her. She's already with somebody else. She ain't seen me. I ain't slept with her. She didn't cheat on me again. That's a dead issue. But the human in me wanted to take the fault and place it on something else but me. And my inability to have enough experience to know what I should know. You learn this lesson if you're able to trade with real money long enough. When you get in those painted into a corner type scenarios, like you have nowhere to go and you feel like you're trapped when you're not, just get out of the trade, close it. As soon as you start worrying about the outcome of the trade, as soon as it becomes a worrisome thing and it's a source of anxiety or discomfort physically, and it's manifesting physically, that's the surest sign that you need to get out. Close the trade and don't even go back in the same day. And have no regrets about that. There's nothing wrong with that. But everybody on social media will fucking tell you you're weak. You're a pussy. You can't do this because look how soft you are. You're not hard. Let me tell you something. You can go real hard into the poorhouse trying to overdo something. And you're insisting you're going to be your way. And you lose sight of what it is you're supposed to be doing. You're there to make money. You're not there to win friends and influence people. When you look at social media, that's what trading is. Get more followers, get more likes, get worshipped. He's got more comments in the section of his videos than I do. He's got more followers than me. When real traders, like real people that do this and do it well, that's the focus. That's it. I don't want to see your glad-handing comments. I don't care if you like my posts. I'm going to still do them. I don't care if you stay in the whole Twitter space and leave early or say I talk on about dumb shit. I don't give a fuck. I mute you or block you. That's the way it is. I don't need to see your bullshit. But you can't do that with your own trades. That's the wrestling point that I want you to understand. When the market is not doing something that you wanted or expected it to do and you're in a trade, you have to make a decision. You're at a crossroads. What do you do? What are you going to do? What is the process that you are always going to go through? First rule, am I physically feeling discomforted by this? Is it physically affecting me? Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm 50. I have, when I was 36, was it 2009, March 9th, 2009, I wrecked that bike. It was like 2012. Yeah, 2012. I was trading and I got into a trade that really wasn't that big. But then I started worrying about the outcome of it. And it was not even that big of a deal. And I tried to close the trade and it wouldn't take my order. So immediately, my left side of my face got numb, started tingling. And I'm like, oh shit, that's weird. And I felt like my left eye was like if you put your finger on your outside edge of where your eye meets your eyelashes, I guess, at the end of your eyebrow. It felt like someone had their fingertip right there and just slightly just pulling it away from the corner of my eye. And it was all tingling. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is that? And it felt like it was moving down into the corner of my lip, all on the left-hand side. And the more I thought about it, and the more I started thinking about, oh no, is this a stroke? Because my father has had multiple strokes. His father literally died from a stroke when my father went to jail. He got arrested and he's serving 2 consecutive life sentences plus 20 years. And then I don't know how many years he got for breaking out of the Maryland penitentiary in 80 something, whatever it was. But when they showed the newspaper of my dad being arrested for contract murder, my grandfather saw the paper and his head just slumped over, done, just like that. Stroke just took him out real quick, boom. So in my family, strokes are an issue. I mean, it's a thing that goes, that and diabetes. So my first thought was, am I having a stroke? And what triggered it was something unexpected. I couldn't get out of the trade. The broker wouldn't let me close. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Even if it would have moved on me and took the stop, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But that sense of I'm not in control. I'm not in control and I can't fix it triggered instantly a body symptom. You might have this similar thing happen. I didn't have a stroke, by the way. I went to the hospital. Everything's checked out. Heart was fine. Brain was fine. No issues. Thank you, Jesus. But long story short, these body symptoms are going to manifest themselves through anxiety. Fear, depression, and anxiety. Those 3 triggers are going to cause you to have irrational fear, uncontrollable fear, and sometimes fear so gripping and terrifying that you're convinced that you're about to die. Now, how are you going to be able to navigate the marketplace if that happens to you? If you feel that sense of impending doom and any time you're dropping dead. Like when I was feeling that, I was like, how embarrassing would it be if my wife finds me laying here dead? Like, that's embarrassing. And that caused more anxiety. Like, what the fuck? If I'm dead, I'm going to worry about it, right? But that's irrational thoughts. And when you get caught up in that state of panic, because the market's not doing what you want to do, you're going to think irrationally. So you have to have a process that's written out, preferably at your trade desk, in front of you on the wall, laminated. If shit goes upside down, do this. My protocol is this. Take something off. Does it subside? If it doesn't, take more off. If it doesn't work, take it down to the smallest position size, which is what I did today. If that doesn't subside it, then you close the trade and have no regrets about it and be done. Who gives a shit if it goes up parabolic or drops, parabolic? Who cares? You have to be balanced. And that sounds crazy coming from me because I'm not chemically balanced. But listen, I know my shit, okay? I know what is going to be the barriers for you. And most of you that keep coming back to me, I know my shit because you have experienced it, and you're also experiencing now consistency, profitability. You can find the winning trades. You're making money now, okay? So I've won you over, and I'm increasing that level of understanding by telling you it's not a weakness for you to be able to pull the plug when it's time. Like, it's those trading environments, you should have no regrets about euthanizing that trade. Just completely take it out. Pull the plug on it. It's no longer in a position where it can affect you. Walk away from it. How many trades have you seen me execute on just this year? Daily. What if half of them were just me taking some of it off in partials and then pulling the plug and never got to the end result? Would that be losing? No, not at all. I wouldn't feel like that was a losing trader. No one should look at that as a failed mentor or teacher, because it's still building the bottom line up. Finding setups, engaging them, and following the logic that would lead to proper trade management. But if you don't have these protocols in place and making room for a process that you don't panic, and you need to have it written out. Why written out? Because you're going to look around your room when you're in that moment of panic. You're going to reach for those things that make you feel comfortable. For me, it's a deck of cards. When I start fidgeting, I do shuffling, I fan them. I deal them. Like I deal 21 hands to myself and a hand in front of me, and I play 21. I distract myself when I'm feeling that. And if I can't focus on following through on the trade idea, then I have to start taking something off the trade. There's little fidget spinners. I have a couple of them. As soon as you start spinning that thing and you feel like you want to spin it faster than you ever spun it before, it's telling you something. That's a manifestation physically that you're trying to do what? You're trying to exert your will on something other than the market who's right now ignoring you. You want that market to bend to your will. It's not going to fucking bend to your will. So stop thinking that. You must bend to its will. And everybody on social media is trying to communicate that they don't ever have that problem. And that is horse shit. That's bullshit. That's why you do not see them consistently. That's why you see them hiding shit, deleting their streams when they lose, not updating their MyFX book. That shit is showing you that they're wrestling with things. They're wrestling with things just like you, just like me, because trading is mental chess with yourself. And it gets back to the question I asked on, I can't remember what the SoundCloud. Is it SoundCloud? No, I'm wondering if I even said that right. I did these are you deserving? That whole presentation I gave about that. Are you in a position where you feel like you deserve to be successful? Because much like an abusive relationship does to the abused, they feel like they don't deserve anything but the abuse after they've been abused over and over again. You feel like, oh, this is the way it is. And you freeze up. And you just want that shiny white knight to come in there, and some magical good fairy of good luck comes in there and sprinkles the good dust of good luck on your outcome, and you weather it and you get out by the skin of your teeth. That's not going to happen in trading. There's no Santa Claus. Okay. There's no forex Jesus isn't coming in there. God's not up there listening to you praying, please get me out of this trade. The fact that he's given you the physical manifestations, that's him telling you, get out of the trade. I mean, but I'll believe God exists when he shows up. Well, he's showing up in physical manifestations. He's speaking to you through your conscience. Close the trade. Get out of the trade. You're in something that's toxic and you're trying to hold on to it. But I love him. He beats me, but I love him. He's cheated on me, but I love him. Get out of that toxic relationship. That trade is a toxic relationship. It's a go nowhere, dead end relationship. You're going to get nothing from that relationship. It's just going to suck more blood from you. And it's going to make you feel drained. And you're not going to be able to be energetic to take the next good trade that forms, because you are now further abused and damaged. You're damaged goods now. So tomorrow when the market sets up a beautiful setup, because you wrestled, which you felt like it was, this is the right thing to do. I'm doing the right thing. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to go out with everything, and I'm fighting hard for this trade to work out because I need to feel like I'm going to be accomplished and successful. And you're doing everything wrong. The best money managers in the world are the one that says, fuck it, this isn't good, I'm closing it. And that's it. There's no more, they're not regretting it. They're not thinking about it, running scenarios. What if it would, they're done. Next. What's the next one? Next. You have to treat your bad trades or questionable trades that you're in, as soon as they start manifesting physically in you, you have to have a process. It has to be written. It must be visible where you are trading. Another reason why you don't trade on your phone. I'm riding the bus home. Just got me 50 pips. Forex King. Whoop, whoop. Holla. No, you are literally gambling. You're gambling. Because here's what's going to happen one day when you're doing this. Ask me how I know. You're going to be out in the public. You're going to be minding your own business. Your wife's going to be predisposed and distracted with Victoria's Secret's bra sale. You're just minding your own business, walking around. You're not trying to be creepy. You don't care about the panties and the things all around you. You're in your phone, minding your business on MT4. No problem. No harm, no foul. You're going to put the trade on. You're going to be managing it. Okay. Then shit's going to go upside down. And you're going to be looking around and you're going to be pacing back and forth. And now everyone around you is going to be looking at you thinking, what the hell's this guy doing? You're not trying to be next to your wife because you don't want her to see that you're on that MT4 again. You're walking around, you're breathing a little bit heavy, you're pacing back and forth. You're getting ready to steal something, aren't you? You're getting ready to take those friggin' panties and stick them in your coat pocket and run out the store, aren't you? That's what everybody's going to be thinking you're going to do. And now you're going to be thinking about that or something to that effect, like I was. And I can't even focus on the trade I'm in. I can't do it. So that's just going to creep in. Something like that. Did you didn't even expect nothing like that. But the real world and shit that comes out of left field is going to pop into your trading. And you're not going to have what? The process, the protocol that you follow in front of you because you're holding your phone. Or you might get lack of service. Internet. You're in an area where you can't get connection. You don't think it's going to happen? It's happened. It's happened to me a lot. I don't trade on my phone. Unless I'm in the bed and I'm hooked up to my Wi-Fi here. I'll do an example like that where it's something simple, short, little type thing. Nothing big. Just to get your attention to focus on something other than what you're worrying about. But you have to have it written down. How are you going to process and work through a protocol that's written out? How are you going to be able to weather, compensate, cope, or euthanize that toxic trade? I told you what mine is. If it doesn't start panning out in a time frame in my mind, once I feel those physical symptoms, I'm disgusted by the fact that this market's not moving to the will of ICT. How dare this son of a bitch sit around here in Hammond Hall and not move to my target? I'm recording this. It should be doing what I wanted to do. That's what's going on in my head today. I'm watching it. That's what's in my head. So as soon as I feel that, I say, okay, time to put a time limit on it. 2 minutes. This candle or the next, it needs to start showing it to me. It doesn't. Okay, start peeling it off. I got 5 contracts, 1 off. Do I feel any better about it? Nope. All the way down to the smallest one. Now I don't care.